But that brings us to the top 5. This week's top 5 is top 5 best comebacks from injury. Starting at number 5, Brent Tate. He had some nerve damage in his neck, and he's known as having that surfboard throughout his NRL career. He ended up playing and representing Queensland in Origin for many years, went on that 8-year run that the Queensland Maroons had. With that injury, with that surfboard throughout his whole career, great injury comeback from Brent Tate. Had I think a prestigious career in the NRL, and he's a great caller. He doesn't wear the neck brace anymore while he's on Fox Sports, but he's a great caller.
It was hard playing with a seatbelt his whole career, but he played through a broken freaking neck.
Yep,
Played
like Kurt
Origin,
Angle.
Australia, credit to him. And that takes us to number 4, who is Tamare Martin,
Tamari Martin.
who took 2 years off with bleeding in his brain,
Brain
which
bleed.
is pretty tough. I mean, I think once you take 2 years off, you think your career's over. I think a Cowboys doctor said if you play another NRL game and cop a bad knock, you're going to die. So to be able to be told that and then come back and play good footy for the Broncos last year and good footy for the Warriors this year before he got injured, it's a great credit to him.
It was a nice comeback story. He had written off his NRL career. To see him back is great. Another great comeback. Number 3 is someone that goes off the radar. You don't really hear much about him. He's done 4 ACLs. Tautau Moga. Now,
bastard.
4 ACLs. I would have called the quits after the first. That is rough. He's actually coming back into the NRL team this week, I
Yes.
think, for the Cowboys.
No, Dragons.
For the Dragons. So, again, another great comeback. To come back from 4 ACLs in your NRL career, Tautau Moga, credit to you.
If you speak to anyone that's done an ACL injury, Jaden, you're one, the recovery from it is terrible.
Yeah.
So to be able to do it
grueling.
4 times and be able to still be in the NRL, have that motivation to still play, you're a freak. But number 2, I'm going with Billy Slater, who in, I think, 2015 and 16 tore ligaments in his shoulder, and he somehow came back, missed 2 seasons.
He almost pretty much had 2 years off.
He had 2 years off at like 34, 35 years old. Basically was told to retire, but his love for the game and his freak athletic ability came back, went on a great run with Melbourne, won the grand final and the Clive Churchill. I mean, I can't think of a better athletic freak than Billy Slater. And to do that after you've achieved Dally M, after you've achieved grand finals, you're a freak.
Billy the Kid, that just talks to how great of an athlete he is, like you said. What a freak, one of the greats of the game. But number 1 has to be James Tedesco. Early on in his career with the Tigers, he does his ACL in his debut game in 2012. Right? ACL, comes back, plays a season, comes back in 2014, has a bit of an ankle issue, then fractures his patella.
In the same knee.
Kneecap gone, same knee. You'd think that'd be your career write-off, same knee. You'd be as a fullback, especially how he's very agile, has to move across. But look at the career he's had.
Yeah, and he doesn't get injured anymore
Toughed
either.
it out at the Tigers for a long period of time before making his debut at the Roosters. Now to do what he's done at an Origin level, premierships with the Roosters. The guy's an absolute freak. Probably the best fullback in the comp. James Tedesco has to be the number 1 comeback from injury story in the NRL.
Well, it's because he did it so young and he still was able to produce speed and talent at such an older age in his career now where you think his knees would give up on him. And to be able to win comps with the Roosters, win Origins and now win a World Cup, he's come back from what many said would be the end of his career early on and turned it into a prestigious career.
He did one as a junior as well, ACL. I think he's had
ACLs. Would that be 2
three
ACLs?
surgeries. I think it might be 3.
Jeez.
To come back from that, mate. And that's why it gives kind of a nod to Dewey and Jaden Brayley. Like, players have done this before and come back on the other side better. So don't worry about those types of players because technology now you can recover from these injuries and be a better player.
Best luck to the injured ACLs, but also congratulations to Teddy making number 1 on the list. Now just keep the head knocks at bay. Hopefully we see. I don't think he's back this week.
Yeah, he's back this week.
Which will be good to see him.